The third step in creating an optimal exit strategy and optimal exit value is to eliminate bad habits. And this is pretty obvious, but there are a couple of things that companies do that make sense at the time, but don't make sense as you begin to approach an exit. The first one, and probably the most important one, is hiding income. I'm old enough that when I first started working for my grandfather back in the toy and hobby wholesale warehouse that he owned, he brought me into his office and he told me basically that some of his customers came in and they paid him cash and that not all of that cash went in the till. This is something that makes sense from a dollars perspective. It is clearly illegal. The IRS doesn't want you to do this. But the reason I don't want you to do it is it's bad habit. And the main reason it's a bad habit is because you lose the profit multiplier associated with profitability. So remember that typically your business is going to sell for some multiple of its profitability level or its ability to generate cash. And let's just say that your multiple is 3.5 times EBITDA. Well, in a cash in pocket scenario, maybe you've got a $500 sale with a 20% profit margin, your net profit's $100. And if you assume a tax rate of 25%, you are evading, which is illegal, $25 in taxes. So the actual value to you is the net profit plus the gain in taxes of about 125 bucks. Whereas if you consider the profitability level, if your net profit again is $100 and you have a 3.5 times multiple, that's worth $350 in enterprise value at the time of a sale. You're actually losing $225 in value. So this is a huge no-no as you're approaching the end of your time in a business. And honestly, because you never know what's going to happen, accidents do happen, people get sick, family gets sick. You're better off just avoiding this bad habit altogether. Not to mention, the penalties for tax evasion can be up to $250,000 for individuals and $500,000 for corporations and or imprisonment for up to 5 years. Again, a bad habit, just avoid it. Second bad habit, again, obvious, non-existent, disorganized documentation. We'll be talking a little bit more about preparing for due diligence because that is one of the steps that you need to take, and we'll go into that in more detail. Third bad habit, not paying attention to your contracts. Expired contracts are a problem, and it is very, very common for small and even medium-sized MSPs to not have somebody who's paying attention, who is farming their clients, who is ensuring that their clients are up to date and always well taken care of. Expired contracts is a huge problem. And the fourth bad habit is lying. Really, don't bother trying to tell me that your company is best in class when you have no idea that your company is best in class. Don't try and hide important facts from me if I'm your broker. I'm going to find out what they are. And a good buyer will find out what they are during due diligence. It is far better for me to know and understand what I'm dealing with as I'm trying to sell your company than for me to find out a problem down the road and have a deal go awry. So these are the four key bad habits that I've identified. Hopefully this makes sense to you, and hopefully you're not doing any of them. But if you are, cut it out, clean it up.